I think in real life, I'm actually a low constitution cleric. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively fort vivlad. Savor the taste. Okay. Hello friends and welcome back. Today we're gonna be checking out a new-ish game that was actually recommended by one of my viewers, Hannah Brown 8549. Thank you for the recommendation, Hannah. This game is called Esoteric Ebb, and when I looked it up, it was described as Disco Elysium meets Discworld, which sounds like a crazy combination. I don't actually know if the game is cozy, but the art looks cozy at least. I would say that Discworld is definitely on the cozier side of fantasy. However, Disco Elysium is not. So today we're gonna check out the game. We're probably gonna play the first hour or so, and afterwards I'll tell you my first impressions and thoughts and see if you're interested in seeing more of this particular game. Before we jump in, I do want to say a quick thank you to the sponsor of my channel. I'll play more on them in just a moment, but in the meantime, grab yourself a tasty beverage, get comfy, and let's jump in. Oh hey, this is Jason from the future. I actually just wrapped up playing the first little bit of this game, and I wanted to give a quick warning that while it does have some really cozy visuals, there is some what I would call adult-rated language. I only bring this up because I know a lot of you watch my cozy gaming videos with family or kids around, so I just wanted to make you aware that before you do that with this game, do know that there is some strong language in this one. Okay, now that you're aware and have made your own parenting decisions, let's get started. All right, here we are, Esoteric Ebb. We're gonna get started with a new game. Ooh. Looks like we have to make our character. We've got strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and a background focus. We get to pick 2 proficiencies. It looks like we can randomize. This is a game where the text is all super important, so I am gonna read through all of these different things and what they mean. I'll put a timestamp down at the bottom if you want to skip right to the game, because I know this is a lot, but this is one of those games where all the text really matters, and the game is, a lot of it is in the text, so I figure we'll read through all of these and then we'll build our character. So first is strength. Lore, every shepherd knows the song, it bellows up the river. Earth lives in the sliver of land. Torna's lament, folk prayer. Strength measures your natural bodily prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. As a man, it is only proper for you to hone your figure and its capabilities. But why? The search for meaning is as vital as the struggle towards competency. Luckily, you already know your cause. To protect the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement, to literally die. Become a zealot, regain your honor, set out on your divine mission. Uses. Higher strength allows you to equip extra items. Be violent and or manly, useful in encounters. Religious fervor and aesthetic nationalism. Increased manhood. Role. A high-strength cleric votes for the party of Norvik, prays to his dead god, uses brute force on puzzles, punches big bad evil guys in the face, wants to become a real human hero, loves quests, simple as. A low-strength cleric is a weak, sniveling rat, bows down to anyone stronger, can't handle the banter, gives up when the going gets tough, is afraid of women, doesn't care about quests. All right, so let's look at dexterity. It is imperative to simply explain to these people they have the right to choose. Belief in oneself is just. Wealth is built from within. Meriadoc Moonwatch, sights beyond reeds. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance, and poise. The haste with which you express a witty remark or notice a nervous glance. And of course, your ability to gracefully avoid the consequences of your actions. It's all about risk versus reward. It is that feeling of self-preservation, when everything falls apart around you, to grab as much as you can while the grabbing's good, to progress towards a new future full of freedom, so those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise you, no one else will. Dexterity is good for, with enough dexterity you can steal anything, pick locks and sneak and dodge traps and roll initiatives and react quickly as a dashing rogue. Become rich as a Republican revolutionary, just run away, dummy. High dexterity cleric votes for the revolutionary free striders, collects piles of shiny coins, acts first in every encounter, avoids trouble before it brews, always has a witty reply, looks out for himself, takes big risks and wins every time, takes a low dexterity cleric, takes big risks and fails every time, doesn't notice anything in time, stumbles over his own feet, drops the ball, figuratively and literally, is slow mentally and physically, is dirt poor, very embarrassing. All right, Constitution. As always, listen to your hungry stomach. The Hedonists, a blind manifesto. Constitution measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical. It's how much you can take before going down. The world is harsh and unforgiving. It will beat you to a pulp with words and sticks. So listen to your gut, the instinct that kicks in when you're standing at the pit. It is the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate can be traced back to the lower half of that stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshy logic. Simple, easy, truthful. Constitution is needed for hit points. Control your body and its esoteric connection. Your political party polled 2% last week and you don't care. Pain is good for you. A high Constitution cleric keeps forgetting there's an election, focuses on the good things in life, is tougher than entropy, keeps his neuroticism in check, talks with the spirits in the walls, listens to his gut, is already dead. A low Constitution cleric will die, panics over everything, listens to his gut and is wrong, has no control of his bodily functions, can't handle the pain, has no special connection with the walls. I gotta be honest, I think in real life, I'm actually a low Constitution cleric. Because, check. Okay, let's look at intelligence. A glorious design. Let those who learn lead through merit of ability and nothing else. Lord Phileas Prax, Autobiography Prax. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. It is your logical receptacle and calculator. It is only proper for you to hone this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Simple, pure, unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world, so too shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not bow, they do not deserve you. You know everything about the past, therefore it is only rational you will truly know the future as well. Enlighten the ignorant masses. Higher intelligence lets you prepare more spells, think, plan, and execute an actual plan, complete the megocratic retvern, vote for yourself, be a genius without peers. A high intelligence cleric votes for the best wizard, you, despises and envies the gods, solves every mystery with ease, masters arcane magic, spouts historical facts for hours, is dismissive towards those lesser, knows everything. A low intelligence cleric knows nothing, is both ignorant and confident, oh no, makes up tidbits to seem smart, is barely sentient, cannot intentionally solve mysteries, is an idiot, duh. So far, Constitution is calling me, I think, or Dexterity. I don't know, let's see what Wisdom is. The large crumble upon their heavy forms, the mystical falter at the crucial point, the small rise to the occasion. Halfweed's poem. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you, to feel it. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an empathic bond with her wants and fears, her dreams and hopes. You can read people for good or bad and pick up details others would pass by. It is your belief in the heart of all folk to give and share what you have and be completely and utterly selfless. It is the only true road to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. Higher wisdom lets you empower your spells. Be kind and see good in all folk. Egalitarian hope of the Asgalian working class. There are no big, bad, evil guys. A high wisdom cleric votes for the Asgalian Workers' Party, hates nothing except hierarchies, embraces his feminine side, follows his bleeding heart, masters primal magic, reads body language like a champ, notices all details. A low wisdom cleric is an oblivious fool, misreads cues all the time, does not think about the lower class, does not get people, fails at spotting traps, is not aware of where he is. Like, what's going on here? I'm so confused. I think this intentionally cuts this off at the bottom, which is crazy. Okay, so far, I like Wisdom. I like Wisdom a lot. In fact, I'm gonna select Wisdom, I think. Oh wait, I'll do it in a second, because I need to select some proficiencies. Okay. Finally, Charisma. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk. To think them capable of making rational and informed decisions devoid of personal bias and emotional conduct. It is frankly inspiring. Nicholas Darrow, Memoirs of a Statesman. Charisma measures your eloquence, confidence, and ability to navigate social situations of any kind. In short, it is the force of your unkempt personality, but they don't need to know that. Smooth talk your way into any position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or a thought. Reality is molded around your will. Like a chameleon, become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. With high charisma, you get an automatic discount in select stores near you. Win every conversation, say the right thing. Say whatever gets people to like you and become an apolitical force of nature. Be arguably sociopathic. A high charisma cleric votes for whatever makes him popular, was socialized as a child, knows what to say to win favors, can actually flirt with some baddies, loves to mind control people, sees truth as suggestion, has no soul. A low charisma cleric isn't very likable, doesn't know how to act with people, fumbles the baddies, fears the conversation, is like the opposite of a skilled orator, has no style. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm going to take, wisdom and charisma sounds great because charisma lets you be kind of like you can be good at conversations. But I love that because, I like to play games in the coziest way possible. So wisdom is a for sure. Like wisdom is absolutely like the coziest way to play this. Like it's all about friendship. Everybody's great, sees the good in everyone. And so I'm trying to decide, do I go wisdom and charisma? So I'm like, see the good in everyone, but I'm also like a smooth talker. Or do I go wisdom and constitution? Because wisdom is interesting to me because it's actually about like emotional wisdom, but constitution is kind of like you're a big dummy that can take a lot of hits. And I think that's kind of fun. I think I'm gonna do that. Because constitution is like, you're kind of dumb. You listen to your gut. And I think that is a fun balance with wisdom, which is like, it's like emotional intelligence, basically. Background focus, let's look at these. So punching bag, you're a farmer's son who grew up in the city. Of course you'd be an outcast. It took time, but eventually you figured out how to cope with it. Oh, does this automatically pick them? Oh, this is troll killer. You don't remember it, but you know well how your father died. Sometimes it motivated you, sometimes it felt impossible to live up to. This one is oh no, I see. Okay. This is Kiosk Kid. Your mom wasn't around a lot, so to keep you out of trouble, she forced you to get a post-school job. You still despise the smell of newspapers. Lore enthusiast. Spending time alone in the city, you often ended up in the Darwinian library. The strange history of Jor's realm was a constant companion to you. That might be it. I love that I love that it be a reader. Crowd pleaser. Inevitably, you ended up with the wrong crowd. You quickly picked up the slang and radical terminology, doing anything to get real friends. Little weirdo. You were a novelty to them, the boy who would do or say anything for their attention, for their approval. After 2 or so years, you got quite good at it. Asgalist activist. Your friends soon introduced you to the rebellious belly of Norvik. As a teenager, you spent years spreading chaos and worse, dwarf propaganda. Earthguard recruit. After your arrest, there wasn't much arguing about it. 3 grueling years in training drilled on the city code and virtues, but you survived. One friend. You really ever only prayed for that one thing during those lonely years, but the gods did not answer, so you learned to manage as always. Acolyte. Your knack for scribing got you a promotion to the clerical duties. Picked out of the ranks, you quickly showed deep devotion to your divine city. Tower Apprentice. Joining the tower is an honor bestowed upon few. It is also a terrible challenge, even for you. Who'd have thought lectures were so draining? Arcane Prodigy. For the first time in your life, you are a natural. You've always known a few cantrips, but real magic was something else. It was power. Palace Pawn. As a rising talent, you often found yourself amidst the politicking of superiors. Despite your best efforts, it never ended well for you. Faithful Harbinger. There's something wrong. Prayer to a dead god whose whispers linger in the air, slowly fading. You are isolated among your peers. Interesting. Esoteric expert. You spent most nights seeking esoterical insight, a lonely life. Your findings were unwanted by those in charge. Yet you did not stop, never. And this would be the 2 things that I'm going for, which are wisdom and constitution. Revolutionary scribe. Disillusionment, a city with ideals not upheld. One day you chose a side, the emerging democracy. You wrote day and night for change and glory. Abject apostate. No one likes you. When you were demoted for dereliction, no one spoke up against you and spoke up against it, but it's fine. You'll be fine. After all, you're used to it. Dead Cleric. Growing up alone, getting into trouble, training with the Earth Guard, devoting your life and becoming a cleric. Was it always supposed to end in the river? Okay, and that's all of them. So I think I'm gonna do lore enthusiast. Spending time alone in the city, you often ended up at the Darwonian Library. The strange history of Jor's realm was a constant companion to you. I like that. My proficiencies, which I did, were Constitution and Wisdom. And how do I have more points to spend? Oh, wait, whoops. Oh, I have lots of points to spend. All of these are points I can spend. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself some more Wisdom. I'm gonna give myself some more Constitution. I will give myself a little Strength. I'm gonna give myself some Charisma, because I like Charisma. Oh gosh, I still have so many points to spend. What does pre-built do? I don't want to do that. Let's just keep having fun. I guess I'll give myself some Strength just in case. I like Wisdom and Charisma and Constitution, I think, are the things that I'm really going to focus on. Yeah. My dexterity is so bad. That's awesome. I feel like this might be incorrect. Let me... Hold on. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more in Wisdom. I'm going to pull Constitution back one and put a little bit more in there. Okay, I'm going to do that. I think that's good. Finish.
Oh, hey there, you gorgeously handsome human. Is this a good time to talk about today's sponsor?
Today's video is sponsored by Allplay, the makers of board games, tables, and shelves.
Whether you're a board game fanatic or just getting into the hobby, Allplay has something for everyone.
They've got strategy games, games about goats, word games, two-player games, fishing games, witchy games, and more. They also make gorgeous yet affordable tables for any game night, and highly customizable shelves that let you choose which cube goes where. Shelves which are perfect, by the way, for both books and board games.
All of their games are super accessible, easy to learn, and most importantly, fun. And if you're interested in learning more about Allplay's games, shelves, or tables, head to allplay.com at the link in my description. I guarantee doing so is going to make your game nights even better.
5 days until the first ever election. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. A slow cleric, lost in the hustle. One with incredibly deep esoteric insight. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices. And remember to love everyone, no matter what. The campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time, Chris. And only 8 decks? Don't try to steal anything, okay? Oh my god, I love that! All right, here we go. This game, we haven't even started, and this game already has so much personality. I'm so interested to see how this goes. Do I need to click on this? Oh, Jor. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Oh, intelligence DC 8, success. Ron, your name is Ron. Ron or Rogan? Rogan? Ron? Doesn't sound right. Rogan. Doesn't sound right. Can I change my name if I say doesn't sound right? Strength DC failure. No, no one calls you by your name. Yeah, nobody likes you. Boo-hoo. Oh, this is so interesting. So all of those different skill sets, all of those different skills are actually like voices in your head. This is very Disco Elysium. Okay, yeah, nobody likes you. Boo-hoo. What? You are often referred to as Cleric. So my name is... Yes, speak it. I'm just gonna say Cleric. Is Rogan my name? Rogan. Correct. You answer another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? What is this, an interrogation? You are dead. Dead? How can you be dead? You're thinking, aren't you? Dead does not mean gone. What are you, a fucking poet? What's an occupation in this context? Work, getting paid for labor. Don't you have a job? Something really important? Your class. Class? What class am I? Class, what class am I? Lower class. Not sure any answer is good here. Just go with whatever works in the moment. You are a city cleric, nothing more. I'm awful at everything. Probably shouldn't say that out loud. Putting yourself down is not a great way to get people to love you. Oh, interesting. Unless you're very manipulative about it. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. The Goblin Chieftain, she needs you. A tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops. Great, I hate tea shops. They should be banned. I don't have any strong opinions on tea shops. That's not good. I like tea shops. They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. There is a question to be answered. Your goal is to find the Goblin Chieftain. Is that right? You know it to be true. No reply, no feedback. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. If you care for your fellow, vote for the Asgalists. The Free Striders, maybe? Then again, you're no revolutionary. Things just move way too fast these days. Elections are exhausting. It hides in the back of your skull, a fact that you are bound to be a nationalist. And it frightens you, the pressure. I don't know any of these words. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. Just say whatever you think will be the most useful to you. Since Wisdom said the Asgalists, I'm gonna say the Asgalists. Life is a struggle to alleviate oppression. The exiles know this well. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. That seems correct. You have supported them in the past. Time to do so again. The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Drowning in the river. Same way you lived, unable to step out of the uniform, not for 1 second. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. I died when he died. Oh, I'm going to say I died when he died. Oh, what an interesting start to a game. I mean, if you've ever played Disco Elysium, this is so similar. A game by Christopher Beauregard. Ooh, I like the music. It's kind of Stranger Things-esque. Published by Raw Fury. Oh, interesting. Sound design by Ozzie Johnson. Okay, I don't need to read all the credits. Oh, wow. I like the art a lot, too. Good job, Oscar Westberg. I like your illustrations. Oh, and all of you as well. You've done a great job with the artwork. And Phil, wonderful job editing. Tobias, excellent programming. Uh-oh. Do we need that? That looks like a thing we might need. This is very Kingdom Hearts. I'm just gonna say we're all thinking, this is very Kingdom Hearts. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's a good opening. It's a good opening. I don't know if this game is cozy, but you know what? We're gonna make it as cozy as we can. Look at the art. Oh my God, you guys, the art is so good. I love the look of this game. I mean, it looks like an animation. It looks like an animated movie. Okay, I think this is me. How do I get up? Oh! Oh my God! I died when he died. You. A fresh start. Get up. Your heartbeat is loud, screaming. Your body aches. It's stiff, as if you've slept for days. Ready for the quest to continue. Look around you. A circular stone chamber, a storage for apples and corpses. I don't know if you should be storing apples and corpses together. Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? Check your stuff. What stuff? Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Panic, sweat. No spellbook, no mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake, tears begin to form. Deep breaths, your belongings are surely here somewhere. Wait, what's this about a quest? +1 hit points. Oh yes, a quest. You're on a quest to save the city. Interact with highlighted words to receive glossary entry. Earth be blessed. Oh, Earth is your god. Okay. Do I remember everything? Yes, everything is off, but your memory is intact. Your quest was given yesterday. Remember the tea shop? Quest, a task performed by a heroic individual and or professional adventurer. The tea shop? Yup, the tea shop that blew up. It'll be a tough one. Might take days. Just a job. Ah, so you've done this before. A quest? I like those. Wait, how much time do I have? So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. Wait, how much time do I have? Until the election. Duh. Which is in 5 days. Time only advances when you make new choices in dialogue. A quest? I like those. Good attitude. There's always more around the corner, so look out. Don't want to miss anything. Just a job? Ah, so I've done this before. Gained experience. You haven't really. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earthguard militia service, as well as a few years at the Towers. The Towers, the home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as the OACN. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you've read a lot about these types of fiery events. They are not too common these days, however, this incident does not appear overly complex. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's also bullshit politics involved here. You'll love it. There's that feeling again. The feeling you're about to enter a path from which there is no way back. Yes, no way back? That doesn't sound too good. Good or bad, you won't know until you've reached the end. That fate will guide me to a... You feel dizzy. -2 HP. What? The weight of the Earthguard uniform. A dull pain takes hold. Your body aches, its contents rotting. You must consume an apple, now! If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. I'm so very confused. That's usually the case. One step at a time. Get going. Okay, so I can behold the apple. An apple looks better than the ones in the pile. Trifle? Can I eat it from my inventory? Let's see. An apple grown on Tolstad. The colors ripple across the surface. Consuming it will save your soul. However, it does look like it gives me 1 health, so let's consume. +1 hit point. I don't have a lot of hit points. Yikes. Okay, so that's... And then questing. The tea shop that blew up. Your purpose on Tolstad is to investigate an exploded tea shop. Locate this establishment and gain entry. Election week. The first ever election in Norvikian history will take place in just a few days' time. What will you vote for? You've talked about positive opinions on Asgalism about one single time ever since waking up in Lich House. Really brings you back. I've got a journal, which gives me all the things I've learned so far. A spell book, and so far I just have Cure Wounds, first level evocation, casting time 1 bonus action, category divine, range touch, Components VS duration instantaneous. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. So I could use this maybe on myself. It's just a spell, and I think I only have the amount of spells in your spell book. You can gain more by collecting and memorizing spell scrolls. Questing tree. Okay, so that's everything here. Let's look around a little bit. What is this? This isn't yours, is it? Should I take it? Oh, +1 dexterity. It's a tattered cloak. +1 dexterity. The cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spread into your gloves. It is light blue and tattered, and it was once yours. Please don't. This thing is disgusting. I'm gonna wring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It smells of salt water. It is still quite wet. Weigh it in your hands. It is heavy. Should I wear this? No. I'll think about it. I mean, I'm a rogue, so yeah, let's wear it. But I'm not a rogue? Wait. I'll think about it. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. I really love my pouch of holding. Yes, you are very lucky. These are like 1,000,000 crowns on the market. Oh wait, let's see what crowns are. This kind of magic item can go upwards of 10,000 crowns. Crowns, the Norvikian crown, the main coinage in Norvik. It's not yours though, it's the city's. You can't just use it for anything. Equipping items temporarily alters your ability scores. So in my inventory, we have this cloak, and we can put it on, right? Oh, and it actually changes our character's appearance. It gives us +1 dexterity and -1 charisma. I actually don't think that's great, so we're gonna not wear that, because that's counter to what our character is. Let's see what this is. Behold, a divine shrine covered in apples. Shrine of Earth. The runes fill your senses as you approach. The color is fated. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. A sacred shrine left in this state, it's an insult to Earth and all of his people. These old things are still around. A sacred shrine left in this state, it's an insult to Earth and all of his people. Indeed. Yes, you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. The city is lost, but it is not yet lost. Remove the apples. It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. These old things, are these rare? No, you will find shrines like this all over Norvik. Can I pray here? To what, exactly? To Earth, of course. There are many gods listening to your prayers, always. So I can pray to some random god? You may pray as you wish. Interesting. I'm just gonna kneel. The shrine towers over you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends 1 spell slot of the corresponding level. What other gods are there? Wait, can I heal here through divine assurance or something? Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine intervention for minor injuries. Divine, one of the 3 pillars of magic, it is represented by the sacred, the faith of all folk, their souls, and is granted by gods who once walked among us. Wisdom, DC 13, attempt a prayer of healing. Hey! Nice, success. You focus your mind on Earth's symbols, his red eye, and you remember the words. Chant, watch upon me, Earth, shepherd of his folk. You're filled with a spirit of nostalgia and power. Let me pick up the burden. Lend me your strength. +8 hit points. Oh, that's great. You feel reinvigorated. This is it. This is prayer of healing. Gained item, prayer of healing. Yes, indeed. Sadly, you are unable to cast 2nd level spells at this time, but it won't be long until you will be, and got 5 experience. What other gods are there? Many, you know of a few. Earth, father of Norvik. You've devoted your life to follow in his footsteps. Ilum the Mender. Ilum the Mender was an elven goddess, builder of an army, a cult, and a way of life in Ascani. What is Ascani? Ascan, one of 8 bands along the coast. It is a cold, mountainous realm. It is your home, also referred to as Ascani. Band, an esoteric divide splits the circular coast of Jor into 8 geographic areas, commonly known as bands. Each band has unique esoteric and natural traits, and stretches from the coast to the infinite wastes. Esoteric, the magic of Jor and his strings. The coast is infused with it. Jor, the name of our realm. Also, the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died during the closing at the end of the Gate era. Wizard, a book-learned arcane spellcaster, typically plays Jor's strings by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. Arcane, one of 3 pillars of magic. It is represented by the forces that make up all esoteric events. Those who play Jor's strings tap into these powers, programming the laws of existence around their whims. Jor's strings, the ley lines of esoteric power that holds the realm together. I feel like we just learned a lot about this world, which is very interesting, and we got some experience for that. A real lady, this Mender. You've heard of the stories, beautiful, terrifying, all the elf stereotypes rolled into one. They say a look from her could turn a man's heart until his dying breath. Though most men have a story like that, so it's probably more a woman thing than an elf goddess thing. She would not respond even if you had something to tell her. She's mostly known around these parts as that crazy witch that broke in and charmed 100 warriors back in the day. It's a classic tale, but Earth had a nice chat with her and everything was fine. Earth and Ilum stayed away from each other's business, officially, at least. She died a couple of decades before Earth did. Nowadays, the elves are a bit more expansionistic. Asgal Ashmask? Asgal Ashmask. Asgal Ashmask was a dwarven god of exiles and egalitarianism. Asgal Ashmask, a dwarf of a low caste born deep in the Lechem Muraz tunnels. When he attained divinity in 443 AE, he crushed the kingdoms and formed the Asgal Folkhem Forge. On his death in 470 AE, a great civil war broke out, resulting in the exiling of all his followers to the surface. But his influence was felt all around the Undercoast, and above as his exiled dwarves spread Asgalism to all corners of Jor. Undercoast. A nickname for the Undersea Coast. Undersea Coast, the gravity-reversed cavern, sea, and archipelago, right underneath the coast. Dig down far enough and you'll end up passing through the gravity flip, and then you can make the climb to the Undercoast. So it's kind of like the Upside Down. His followers do not pray to him, for he is not even seen as a god by most. Tokig the Gambler. A trickster, the type of god only famous for his ridiculous ploys. Togik the Gambler is often seen as a silly goblin myth. Togik the Gambler, a trickster goblin who united the tribes of Ascani during the Divine Era, most famous for cutting off his right hand to fulfill a prophecy. In truth, there are few goblins who still worship him after the conquest. Praying to Togig would, if you for some reason would get a response, only result in the exact opposite of whatever you wanted. I'm done. So you are. Interesting. Can I prepare spells? Preparing spells. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them by approaching shrines which are scattered around the city. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill in this empty slot to the right. You may only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot of the corresponding level available. Spell slots. To the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. It looks like I have 3 spell slots. I think they're all first level. Oh yeah, they're all first level. They're down here in the bottom left. Each circle represents 1 slot, which you may expend to cast a spell. You may only cast spells when there is a use for them. When a spell is castable during specific situations and dialogues, the spell tile button of that particular spell will be lit up. Spell tile buttons can be found next to your spell slots once you have finished preparing your spells. So far, I have Cure Wounds. And it doesn't sound like I can do this Prayer of Healing because I need to be able to do a 2nd level. So all I have right now is Cure Wounds, which I think is... Oh, there we go. So now it is... Prepared. Okay, finish. Engage, behold. Okay, so let's look at this. A vase of leaves. Smells lovely. Incense. Let's take that. What's this? Behold, it's a corpse under a blanket. Engage. You stare at a blue rag. It's draped over the outline of a someone. Sir, you can't sleep down here. Ah, I see. It must be normal to take naps down here. Let him sleep. He had a rough day. Ah, I see. It must be normal to take naps down here. No response. Give it up. Nothing to gain here. Sir, please don't ignore me. Silent treatment, huh? Funny. No breathing, no movements, nothing. Oh. Should I stop messing with the corpse? I should stop messing with the corpse. Okay. Let's see here. Divine scripture, where it does not belong. Shield of faith. What is that? Oh, it's a new spell. First level abjuration. Components. A small parchment with a bit of holy text written on it. Duration, concentration up to 1 hour. A shimmering field appears and surrounds you, protecting you from damage for the duration. Any loss of hit points is reduced by 1. Okay. And let me prepare this as a spell. Right? Wait, oh, finished. I was like, how do I get out of this? Okay, so we've got a letter here, a very important piece of paper. Voting card, -1 intelligence. Wait, no. Oh, who is this guy? Can I look at my inventory? I want to look at this voting card. A scuffed voting card made out to Ragnar Hemlin. It's from a dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. Incense, easily burned spices and herbs, can be used to recover first level spell slots. Okay. Can I pick up apples? Behold, a pile of apples. Engage. You stare at the pile of apples. Walk away if you know what's good for you. Apples are good for you. Whose apples are these? Not yours. Maybe they're grown somewhere around here or below, from the ground or from trees. Should these be stored alongside corpses? No, it's a health hazard. Of course not, it's nasty. Something tells you that no, they should not. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? You could certainly try. You are not capable of carrying such a tremendous burden. It would be greatly beneficial. Please don't, you're not the apple boy anymore. Ability checks, roll a d20 with your modifiers to get a unique outcome. Start eating. Remove the bad apples first. Your hands swipe over the surface of the apples, carefully plucking away any with signs of spoilage. That's a lot of apples. Yes. Oh God, should I eat these? Start eating. Oh no. Oh, failure. You look upon this challenge with fear in your stomach. Dig in. Oh, +1 hit points. Digging in, the first apple goes down the hatch. Going smoothly so far. Maybe this will be easy. Another one. Number 2 goes well at first, then you feel something rumbling. Oh no. Maybe I should stop. A weak choice, but understandable. You want more apples, but maybe not the spoiled ones. Central apple pile. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of something light and hard hitting the ground. A small, sharp rock. This must have fallen into the pile of apples at some point. It is a highly esoteric object. Pick up the strange rock. Shard of Jor. Gained item, Shard of Jor, central apple pile. As you weigh it in your hand, a tingle shoots up your arm. Esoteric. A shard. It is connected with a string. These rare shards of Jor can be consumed to unlock failed ability checks. Normally, checks are only unlocked upon the completion of a short or long rest. You do so. Nod to the pile. Leave. Can I pick this up? Yeah, we'll pick up this apple. Great. All right, let's talk to this guy. Hello? Behold. A guy. He looks indecisive. Oh, it's a zombie. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. He is unaware of you. Greetings, citizen. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. What is your name, sir? He does not even turn to look at you. Why is this man not listening to me? Why is this man not listening to me? His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing. Wait, is this a zombie? Sir, are you a member of the undead? He does not respond. Not even a groan? How disappointing. What's he doing? The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. He's probably been at it for a long time. I found this voting card over there. Is it yours? The zombie does not even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working, slowly. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. You're very rude. Did you know that? I'm thinking of voting for the Nationalists. They've got a good plan for the future. The Free Strider Revolution will be good for the city, I think, don't you? We need to establish an Asgalist government. It's the only way for us average peasants to not fall back into the oppression of feudalism, or worse, megocracy. A government with heart. You have become an Asgalist. Gain 10 experience, 5 times 2, for choosing this political stance 2 times. The zombie just keeps moving apples. The social democratic model of the dwarves is ingenious, just balanced enough to work with our human dwarven majority populace. A true working class revolution is clearly needed. Cooperative ownership of guilds is the first step, just like Earth established with Norvikian collectivized agriculture. As long as we don't collapse like the original Asgalian Undercoast state did, or the Vizca kingdoms, or the 3 wings of Divinitorum, or the, I'm gonna do this one, the true working class. The fleshy ball plank does not reply or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. Should I defeat this zombie? Yes, it is only just. Undead are not to be allowed in Norvik. Guys, not harming anyone. Honestly, he's probably a more productive member of society than you. No offense. You know what? That's fair. I'm gonna leave him be. The problem is I can't get around him. He's kind of in the way. Well, that's fine. All right, can I go up these stairs? What's up here? A spiral staircase, ancient architecture. Oh. Okay, looks nice out here. We can zoom out a little bit. Good morning, Cleric. Hold on. Mushrooms, probably edible. Swamp extract. Let's talk to this guy. Behold, Viscan local mortician. Oh, this information is not helpful at all. Not at all. Wait. Engage. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. That symbol, it's on a lot of official documents of the city. That is the Great Perch of Norvik. Great Perch, the drake-like sea creature found along River Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the Great Perch became the symbol of this great city. The River Torna is the second longest documented river along the coast, splitting the band of Ascani in half. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. Death, this is death. I am Viscan, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this lich house. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, Cleric, just let me know. Cleric, a servant of God, deeply devoted and spiritually connected, typically a divine spellcaster given power through their deity. He smiles at you. Yet his eyes say something else. His smile causes you to stir a deep feeling of unease, as if it is almost there, but just not quite. Did you save my life? He puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, Cleric. Tell me everything. Of course, it must be confusing. To tell the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They'd caught you in their net, took you for a corpse. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. Fair. You quite literally live in this filthy uniform. No wonder they thought you were dead. How did I end up in the river? Not a river, the river. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstad. Tolstad, a sprawling island fortress and one of 5 districts in the city. It sits in the middle of River Torna, home of Jor's Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network, and Waterlane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now. Waterlane, the largest trade port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the center of Tolstad. It is so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it's the reason so many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. There are 7 bridges over River Torna, connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. Sounds like the start of a great drinking story. Then I woke up in a Lich House tale. You don't have a lot of those, so that's good. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination attempt. I must have slipped. Happens all the times. Perhaps there is an esoteric explanation to all this. I'm gonna say I must have slipped. Happens all the time. All the time, he repeats. I can confirm. The pale man glances at the ledger next to him. 5 cases this year alone. Who are these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Find them. They hold the truth. Where can I find these fishermen? He ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. But perhaps Waterlane? That's just a guess. Good guess. Lots of boaters hang out there. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. So I am, in fact, alive. The pale man stops for a moment. He looks up and down. Yes, I believe you are. I have some other questions, I think. Do you now? I require assistance with some things. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. No, an undead Sure, why is it there? We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. City below, short for the city below the city, a phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norvik. Lots of monsters and stuff down there, also riches, if you delve deep enough. The city below the city, the vast ruins found underneath Norvik, most define it as the parts of the city not yet civilized, although there is a legal definition set in place for each individual district. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection. The Halfway Bridge tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, and arguably the most influential, despite their small size, led by Lady Miska Sageleaf, with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Goblin Garden, a dwarven-built citadel sitting at the southernmost tip of Tolstad. It is now a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Goblin, short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. Oh, so it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. It kept moving apples down there. Oh, the apples? Fascinating behavior. He does not appear very fascinated. You don't seem very alarmed about this. A stray undead creature will cause no trouble here. He gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Yes, master. Great to have that cleared up. I have some other questions. Shoot. Figure out what's weird about this guy. 31 DC? Oh, I can't do that. I require assistance with some things. Of course, Cleric. Anything for the city. So, let's see. You called me Cleric. I did, yes. Because you are a cleric. Don't make an ass of yourself. I am the cleric. Good for you. An example of that sarcasm thing mentioned before. Though I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes, if you are a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity. Then there are the clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for their religious states. Rules are meant to be broken. You're not some stiff councilman. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. You are correct. I am an arcane cleric. I figured as much when I saw your spell book, or do you call it a prayer book? Either way, you clearly play Jor's strings as much as you channel this divinity. I don't know where to go. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively Fortvivlad. Fortvivlad, dwarvish word meaning desperation, anguish, hysteria, brought on from mental pain. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there is a certain rumor that our local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin chieftain? Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She is down in the Goblin Garden. Of course, you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. The name is spoken in both reverence and fear. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that one. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. That sounds scary. She is. Treat her with respect, Cleric. His eyes say for your own good. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on this island fortress. A sliver of genuine tone slips out. He has great respect for this dragon. Wait, this is part of the job? Talking with some petty goblin queen? You may find her at the southern tip of Tolstad, the pale man says, and keeps scribbling on his paper in front of you. He does not value your time. So, what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. He seems very wary on the subject. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps into his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I could make time, if you're interested. Beware, his tutelage holds great evil. Until then, you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course, here, gained item, Charm Person. A copy of Charm Person. It will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters, usually despite its first level. That's a great shortcut to charming people, although you gotta be careful with the fallout, if you care about such things. Can you explain the very basics of spellcasting? Oh, I mean, of course. He wonders if your head is still filled with water. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at a shrine. There's one downstairs by the apples. Where can I find more shrines? There's the Temple of Earth, of course. It's just up the stairs, past the pillar. You've heard the Tolstad Temple will act as a polling place for the district on election day. There's also one on Waterlane View, I believe, past the trade post. You'll find more hidden around every corner, I promise you that. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You can spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the Palace archives. The Palace, an unofficial nickname for current rulers of Norvik, named after the Palace district in which most central authorities reside. Or the Great Library in the Towers, since you obviously would have some access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options, so I would suggest the other routes. What's that? Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Yes, a piece out of my collection. Oh, you are very much allowed to indulge, Cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in any way. He put them out for you on purpose. Why? This guy's trying to help you? He must have a vested interest in your job then, somehow. Now, Tolstad is filled with all kinds of strange caches, so you'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. I am, strike a heroic pose. He nods to you and goes back to his writing. That's all I have to ask you about spellcasting. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Wow, that's evil. Treating a servant like that is despicable. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough, just a reminder that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. That's all the help I need, thanks. Great, anything else you wanted to ask? Oh boy, I don't think I could do this. I'm gonna go now. Before you do, make sure you collect your belongings. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card. A peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Yeah, sorry, I'm indecisive. The pale man ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry. Over there, he says, and points across the chamber. He then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. That is an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, Cleric. It will surely prove useful to you. Esoteric pocket watch. An area overtaken by esoteric magic. Exceedingly rare along the coast. Oh, esoteric pocket, I'm sorry. The further inland you get, the more common they are, with the infinite wastes being theorized to be filled with nothing but. Esoteric magic, term for naturally occurring magic caused by the shape and form of Jor's realm, sometimes called wild magic or Jor's discord. Beyond that, you should be good. Did I have any weapons on me? None. I'm afraid they must be at the bottom of River Torna. Good. You do not need arms in the city. You need heart. Oh, shut up. A good blade can make anyone speak. Got it. The pale man turns his face towards you and smiles. Unnatural. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, Cleric. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. His words burn a hole in your heart. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, either double-click or hold Shift, the left trigger. Time to go. I just want to... I'm going to go back downstairs really quick, and I'm going to equip this new spell that I just got. Wait. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Engage. Prepare spells. Yeah, because now I can prepare all of these spells, because I can do 3 spells, and now I'm, like, fully, like, ready to go. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay. Now, he said I could look over here. Behold. Wait, is that? Trifle. Ruined prayer book. -3 intelligent. This book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. Only a few pages of the soggy, brackenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. Ascani writing of the most basic kind. Wait, oh no! Someone has attempted to dry this to the best of their ability. No, no, no! By Earth. This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It is ruined. That'll cost a fortune. Take the ruined prayer book. Behold, a thick tome lies open on the iron slab. You flip the tome open. There are fine and handwritten letters scattered across the pages. While the symbols appear to be readable, you do not understand the language. De verbis draconum ars occulta. The author's name appears to be Calum Diminori. Right, I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. Can I try to read it? No. Right, I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. Right, that is a spell you used to keep prepared all the time. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you could buy it somewhere. It's fairly common. Okay, what is this? A tray of incense. We'll take some. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. Human caused no trouble. Let's talk to this guy. Oh. Okay, so we don't really know anything about him. Engage. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. You're adorable! The kobold glares at you. Complete and utter annihilation, the aura of a conqueror, a killer. Your soul shudders. A battle of will, do not give in. Glare back. Your eyes meet each other, still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. The kobold does not move. Glare some more. Yep, you're staring at each other. Glare. Eyes meet eyes. Glare, glare. You are looking at the kobold's yellow eyes. Stare in an angry or fierce way. Looking hard. Lean in close to the kobold's stern face. You should probably stop this. The kobold meets your gaze and keeps meeting it. I don't think I'm getting anything more out of this. Fair. The kobold looks at you with a cold expression, determined, confident. He is not glaring at you. That is just his default expression. A default expression of death. I have some questions for you. Short questions, go. Who are you? I am Ost. I am security chief in Lich House. The kobold appears proud. There is no humility in its voice. A strong little one, nearly immovable. You are a kobold. Not question. Next. Try to save the question. No, failure. You bite your tongue. Oh, come on. I lost health for that? The taste of blood fills your mouth. The pain changes your brain chemistry for a moment, leaving your mind in shambles. Oh no, hurry, save the situation, say something else, anything. Oh God, it happened again. The kobold stares at you. Savor the taste. You can't speak in this condition, don't even try. Blood starts to drip down your chin. Try to tell him that you've injured yourself. As you open your mouth, a stream of fresh blood comes pouring down the bottom of your helmet. Cleric is... What is? The kobold mutters. He is baffled. Your actions have truly made a mark upon this dark soul. You've somehow managed to make the stoic kobold speechless. Congratulations. Smile. Your inexplicably perceivable bloody smile is sure to cause havoc. The kobold stares at you. You swipe the remaining blood off. There's a limited supply of that, just so you know. How'd you get this gig? Not gig. What is it then? I'm a devoted servant for master. We're angering the kobold. Got it. He gives you an expression that could be described as a frown. That is, if looked in any way different from his regular stony expression. Where were you when the tea shop occurred? Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding, not funny. Human, a tall and beautiful like yourself, known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. You would make a greater use of it than his puny creature. Just take it. For whatever reason, he must have been ordered not to hurt you. Don't push it. The kobold snorts. Go away. Don't let this slide. Just take the crossbow. Don't take the crossbow. Herf. You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? No promise. It is hard to take you seriously when you're so cute. That's what crossbow is for. I think he's threatening you, but it's hard to pick up over how adorable he is. Thank you for your time, kobold. Well, that was a good use of our time. I think we learned a lot from that guy. Okay, let's get out of here. Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. All right, let's head out. I love that we've only just got up like 2 sets of stairs. Okay. Wow. What's this? It says Viskin's Lighthouse, but then the "and dentistry" is scratched out. Look at these guys. Who are these guys? What's this? Something's inside this old vase. Incense? All right, can I talk to these guys? Okay, I can't talk to all of them. Men at work beneath Asgal's green banter. Whoops, I can talk to this guy though. Alphaz BE. Engage. Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgal, the Fool. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater. Orc, big brutes of devilish origin. They're rare in Norvik. Most of them can be found in Feltyre. Feltyre, a land of elven ruins with magically fertile lowlands in between. In its center sits Blood City Bay, the largest city on the coast, built out of the corpse, or rather just the head, of Gorgorian. Oi, Mr. Cityman, he calls out as you approach. We've made it clear already. We're not moving, not one bit. He shoots you a shit-eating grin. This dwarf gets extreme pleasure from telling you to fuck off like this. Dwarf, stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill, hey? Drill, they built most of Norvik and have a long history with Earthfolk. Earthfolk, the people of Earth, the ancestors of those who reconquered the Ascani coast, true mythological heroes. That's no way to greet the Cleric of Norvik. What's going on here? Just working. The boys will be done soon enough. You hear the other dwarves laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all. He's only saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Great. I was worried there for a second. He looks you up and down. Yeah, okay, great. He didn't expect that to slide. Very great. Now who are you? Name's Ulfaz of Ban Emvers, foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norvik. Asgalist, the workers who built this city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is a fair and even society, where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? He's done more good than all you Earthguard combined. A true speaker for Asgal. Damn, that's a lot of good. Smee exaggerates. He gives the older dwarf the stink eye. I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage. Nobility is just a poisonous hierarchy. He grins. Just wanted to make that clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off, unless you want that. You boys are setting up a play or something? A play? He spits on the ground. We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the words of Asgal. He turns towards the orc. And no one's going to stop it. You hear laughing coming from across the theater. Papers, Alphaz. He grumbles and turns back to you. So, what do you want? That orc lady, what's the problem here? He shakes his head. Where to even begin? So, it is forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing here. The dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We shows her the papers. And the papers are no good, she says. Bah! Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burghers. They are. Bureaucracy. They sure are playing a game they can't win. So she's wrong about the documents? Of course she is. She's a liar, that one. A filthy liar. Alphaz nods and grunts. Terrible liar can't even get the words out. He knows she's right about the documents, but doesn't want to admit it. Isn't it a bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue? Morgue? The dwarf grumbles to himself and glances over to the Lich House stairs. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter, the Asgal movement is not afraid of death. You hear laughter from the orc behind you. Big words, Alphaz. The dwarf grits his teeth. So what's this really rally about exactly? He grunts. Guilds. For decades, there's been collective bargaining between Norvikian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about Earth, but he kept a tight leash on the upper city of this, the upper class of the city. Let's see. Blessed be his name. Yeah, but look, it ain't the same since his death. The Free Striders have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paperboys to bookbinders. Free Strider, the new way. People in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution has slowly crept into the city. Now it's time to finally join the Free Cities and get rich. Free Cities, a collection of city-states in reeds, all united under the golden banner of Free Striderism. Norvik will join them one way or another. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They said Free Striderism would make the city rich. I say it makes its people poor. We need change. So you're here to convince a bunch of Tolstad workers to vote for the Asgalist party? More or less, yeah. But it's also about the spirit of community. Together, we can fight against purchasers of our labor. Alone, we are as brittle as a twig. In the older dwarf pipes up. A twig in the wind. No, that's not good enough. Like a twig in a fireplace. He points at you. That's good. I like that. Anyway, the rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of that orc. So we can call out to all workers of this magnificent city, he exclaims, as if there was a crowd around him. Vote with your gut, with your manhood at stake. You too, Mr. Cityman. Okay, good luck fighting tyrants. Thank you, Mr. Cityman, I appreciate it. About this Asgal. What about him? Asgal Ashmask is a very controversial figure in Dwarven myth, as well as in history. If you want to piss off this dwarf, then just pretend to not know who Asgal is. I like him. He seems cool. He's Asgal, the great, the kind, our liberator. You like him too, then? Yeah, a fair bit. I've got to ask, though, is this a religion? Most certainly not, he scoffs at your general direction. Is it a cult? I don't know who you've been talking to, Mr. Cityman, but let me assure you, Asgal was no god, or demigod, or anything related to it. He was a simple man with a dream of a fair and just society. Nothing more. Ouch, sore spot. He is infuriated, but not because of you, but because he has defended his position many times. All right, have fun. So we can also talk to this guy. Smee and this was the people who were like talking in the background. The older dwarf puffs out his chest as you approach. Fancy helmet, city man. He speaks in a short and quiet manner as if he's scared of his words actually being heard. The dwarf behind him laughs. Stand up for yourself. Thanks, my mom got it for me. Oh, don't say something like that. It makes you look pathetic. It's a lovely helm. She has good taste. You made him feel bad for making fun of it. This is not an evil person. Huh? Interesting. Brutal honesty might actually win conversation sometimes. Good to know. Brute. Vorgeni slang for brother, specifically the dialect grown out of the coastal slang, a mix between gnome tongue and underclass migrant workers in old Mago colonies. What? Stare at the dwarf. He looks around. Stare at the dwarf harder. The dwarf glances at his boss. You here for talking, then? Stare at him while slowly leaning your head to the side. You should, he stutters and points toward the stout dwarf on the stage. Talk to him. Okay. I've decided to play my character as dumb but stupid. I'm really trying to channel, like, Luffy from One Piece as I play. Okay, so let's talk to the orc. Behold, Agent Vera. Engage. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something, or someone. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of the Norvikian Free Strider Regiment. What is this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I'm second-in-command guild agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Do not grab her hand. That's not what that is. I'm Helm. I'm the cleric, actually. Apologies, not Earthguard, cleric. I assumed the term was interchangeable. You lean a little further into being a cleric, gain 10 experience points for choosing this class 2 times. But I suppose you're not all, she says, waving towards your outfit, esoterically attuned. She accepts your annoying correction with a smile. Probably means she sees you as no threat at all, a mere puppy. She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. I'm here on important business. Business, you say? She leans in and squints at you. Fascinating. Perhaps I can be of service, cleric? For your business? Where's the goblin chieftain? Lady Sageleaf? Just head down these stairs. Good luck getting an audience, though. By moving your head to the side and using your eyes to look south, you see a garden of some sort. You can see a goblin or two on the ramparts. Is she busy? I sure hope so. Took us months to get in a room with her to discuss some renovations in the Holes. The Holes, a common slang for the central spire of apartments in Tolstad. The lower ones are less fancy. If she's not busy, she's a bitch. Dragon of Tolstad, my ass. She catches herself from releasing any more profane comments. Anything else? She looks annoyed now. Tell me what you know about the tea shop. The tea shop that blew up, she says dramatically. Sounds like a magazine tale. I heard it was an accident. The Post mentioned it in passing. Minor mishap, I believe was the official quote. Quite. So, anything else you know? No, I'm afraid not. I was away at the time of the explosion on the North Wall. The North Wall is one of 5 districts in Norvik, known as the Industrial District for its many factories built along the river. This is where you live. Anyone who calls it the North Wall is probably not a local. Everyone who is cool calls it North Wall. Just North Wall. The sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall. She looks inland. Inland, a term for travel towards the endless waste, away from the coast. I did see the smoke. Was a clear day. What did you think was the cause, cleric? Don't give away too much. She's prying. Oh gosh. Maybe it was the tea leaves. The leaves? Maybe they caught fire since they're so dry, and also leaves. Interesting theory. I've yet to hear of a tea leaf able to cause such a blast. If you find one, let me know. Will do. Hold on. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? Don't answer that. She has no control over you. She's a free strider, so why run? Stand against her. She has no right. Yes? Really now? No, say no. Maybe? Is that a maybe yes? Nice weather we're having. Are you here for the tea shop? You look lovely today. Thanks. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? I am here to do business. With the tea shop? The one that blew up? A master of speechcraft. You could do nothing. Yes. Interesting. I'll be honest, I assumed the city would just ignore it. But they sent you. It's fine. She would find out eventually anyway. It's sort of a giveaway. Clearly someone thinks this is an esoteric mess. If they sent a cleric to look into it. Why would the city avoid sending a representative? What exactly have you heard? Esoteric, I keep hearing that word. What does it mean exactly? It means, her eyes wander for a while, her brow furrows. It's a term to describe whenever anything queer happens, whether the cause would be regular spellcasting or something more esoteric. I'm sure you've noticed something you couldn't explain rationally, then that would be esoteric. I assumed you of all people would know what it is, considering she mimics casting a spell with her hands, then points at you. Why would the city avoid sending a representative? Duh, because of the election, of course. Look, Tolstad is a highly volatile district with lots of extremist ties. I believe this tea shop acted as a sort of lightning rod. So when a place like that blows up, why would any faction spend resources investigating it? Especially when those resources could be spent on trying to win the terribly important election. Well, what exactly have you heard? It blew up, fireplace incident. Well, I'm here now. You sure are, and good luck, Cleric. If there's anything the Escani Reed's trading company can do to help you out, let me know. You can usually find me down in our HQ on Water Lane. She smiles in a way that completely breaks down your defenses. Looking forward to seeing you there. A kind gesture with ill intent. I'm done discussing business. You want to move on to more casual topics? Then politics, perhaps? What's the deal with the dwarves? Oh, them? Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. And they won't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says and winks at you. She telegraphs her sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. Oh, make decision. Explain it to me in detail, from the top. The words leave your lips as if you've spoken them 100,000 times. It's all just an inconvenience. Her eyes say, a pain in the ass. These lovely Esgalists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission of public gathering or a PPG. They do not have a proper PPG. And you're just sitting here because... Simple, really. These dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse, so I'm here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined and or arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, if they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by whom? She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here on Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins? The city of Norvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for extra legal enforcement, but the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack that finer touch. There is something shady about this. I don't want anything to do with this mess. I'm gonna nod and look away. She laughs. Now you're acting like a true city official. Sounds like trouble. Ha, trouble would at least be exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents. Then I could simply hand them over to the city and go home early. Or rather, head back to the office and complete the orc size, the draft for the marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. We're being manipulated. Be careful. I'll solve this. Wouldn't that be something? That you could just swoop in and save the day. That's what I'll do. I'm a hero, you see. She laughs. You are. You are indeed. She keeps laughing. You certainly entertain her. I'd like to know more about you. Little old me? I'm an open book. Where are you from? She doesn't answer you at first. Instead, she looks away for a moment and smirks. She's thinking of messing with you. You mean because I am an orc and I can't be Norvikian? She says, looking at you with a stern expression. I didn't mean it like that. She laughs. I know. Don't worry about it. I'm from Blood City Bay. I ran with the war bands when I was a girl. Took me all around the coast, she explains, far from the cursed plains of Feltire. We were hired during the Third Revolutionary War in Reeds. When it was over, I stayed behind. As she speaks, you see her eyes glimmer. All those memories coming back to her. She's seen a lot. Those were the days. What's it like being an orc in Norvik? My kind is quite rare, so, she mumbles, her gaze trailing off towards the horizon. Some sadness, loneliness. You feel terrible for her. The occasional comment does sting a bit. I've gotten used to it. How nice of you to ask. I know what it's like being discriminated against. You do? I'll be damned if you don't mind me asking how exactly. Humans are going extinct. God. Members of the Holy River Order are a minority in this city. Technically true. Best kind of true. She laughs and sighs. Cleric, you truly are an enigma. You are a strong and physically imposing woman. Attempt to flirt. Oh my god. So you're working for the Freestriders? I don't work for the Revolution. It's just a revolution. I work for the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. We promote the Freestrider ideals in Ascan. Currently, we focus on making sure this election process goes smoothly, along with other economic concerns. Thank you for bringing Freestriderism to Norvik. I like the election, but you're going to lose. Sorry, I don't really know any of this. You see, I am apolitical. Thank you for bringing Freestriderism to Norvik. I don't really view it as an ism, but you're welcome. I'll be honest, this is one of the reasons I took this job, speaking with individuals such as yourself, hearing what they have to say. So, thank you for that. She is being genuine. I'm done asking questions about that. Oh, silly me, talking about myself all the time. What about you? I'm not important. Stare off into the distance. Saying it like that makes you sound anything but. Nod your head and leave. Okay, let me go talk to the dwarves again. Let me see if I can solve this problem. Wait. Let me talk to this guy. About the rally. What about it? Can I see the papers? He gives his companion a glance. Why? Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. Yeah, success. Just tell him you're an expert and that you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, I'm also on your side. He repeats louder. Are you now? Now hit him with, I'm your best shot at getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. Gained experience. Gained item PPG documents. He hands over the scroll. I trust you with these documents, city man. Tell us we're in the wrong, I dare you. Because we're not, the older dwarf joins in. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what is actually going on here. You can examine certain items in your inventory to assess unique dialogues. To access unique dialogues. Okay, I'll take a look. So in my inventory, I have these papers. A formal permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to parse. It's quite light, some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally in the Circle Square. Permission of public gathering accepted. It says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature. Tolstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. Darrow, one of the original Earth folk houses to found Norvik with Earth. Their bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Have I seen this document before? Never. They must be rare. I'm gonna examine it in detail. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It is perfect, not a single error. Except the date. It says their rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document is perfectly legal, but it's expired. Look at the dates. Yeah, it's expired. Cool document. It is not. I don't like it. Oh, how come? Because it is a legal document? Duh. Too many words. Fascinating. Stop looking. Leave. Huh. Who should I talk to about this? Let's talk to this guy. About the rally. What is it? I checked the PPG papers. Oh, can I give her the PPG papers? He takes a deep breath. Okay, what did you find out, city man? The papers are fine. You guys are right. Yeah, those papers expired like last week. He takes the papers and shakes his head. With a groan, he mutters, I know, but the date is just a mistake, you see. I personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago, after this supposed expiry date. You should have checked it more carefully. They must have done it on purpose. Exactly. That's what I've been saying, Alphaz. Or it was an honest mistake. As if. Real convenient. Bah, the dwarf shouts out onto the amphitheater. It doesn't matter whether Daryl fucked us or not. We're here, and they can't make us leave. He gives you a menacing glare. And I hope for your sake you're not the sorry lad she's hired to do the deed. I'm just here to observe. He spits on the ground. Fanskap, a dwarven word meaning something along the lines of devilry, common curse word. That was a swear word. You could tell because of the way he said it. Oh boy. All right, let me talk to her. Maybe we can come up with an answer here. The orc greets you with a bright smile. Hello again, Cleric. About the dwarves. Yes, have you had enough of wasting the workday? I checked the papers, they're expired. They are indeed expired and invalid. Wait, they let you check the papers? Aren't you a smooth talker? If you could get them to me, that'd be quite the favor. So I should just hand her the PPG thing I got? She could probably do something with it. That dwarves would be furious. No wait, I already gave it back to Alphonse. Whoops, true. Good, it would have been dishonorable to have handed it off anyways. I spoke with Alphaz. Oh, did you now? Can't get involved with this bullshit unless you really want to pick a side in this Free Strider algalist conflict. Alphaz is entirely in his right to hold this rally. The dwarves need to go. The situation is a bit complicated. Oof, I'm gonna say the situation is a bit complicated. I agree, but that does not change the outcome. We have to draw the line somewhere, don't we? Good diplomatic bullshit answer. Love it. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna say, okay, so I have no opinion on this matter. Sorry, choose not to get involved at all. Alphaz is entirely in, but that's not true either. Oh, what do I do? I'm gonna say he's entirely in his right to hold this rally. Such a powerful declaration, yet I don't see any proof whatsoever, any real argument either. You're just trying to stop them from holding a lawful rally. There's nothing wrong with his documents. It's just a clerical error. The real date is today. I don't care if there's an error or who made it. The papers are one thing, and that is the thing we follow. The law is more flexible than that. Yeah, sure, tell that to the magistrates. She is definitely hiding something, but dare you risk to pry? Now, I would love to hear what you actually think, she tells you with a smile. Figure out why she won't let this go and make her leave. Ooh, DC 15. Oh! Yes! You get a feeling of unease as you imagine this from her perspective. A formidable woman with lots of pride. Her accomplishments are glorious. She's achieved so much, yet she's sitting here performing this meaningless task. It is not meaningless. It is terribly important. Stopping this rally will show the ineffectiveness of the Asgals once more. It will make them restless and annoyed, perhaps making them lash out in the tunnels. That would be even more bad press for their cause. All of this right before the election. And worst of all, she enjoys this. You just want to stop them from spreading their message, isn't that right? Let's see. You just want to stop them from spreading their message. She laughs. I couldn't care one bit about their silly message. This is about what is right. No, it's about money and power, nothing else. Agent Vera, you're going about this the wrong way. Oh? You know her nature now. To de-escalate is simple. The dwarves are stubborn, you know this. Agreed, but you must see how. Leave this place. The dwarves will not hold their rally. They are proud, but they are not stupid. She stares at you, waiting for you to continue. Were you to go away, admit soft defeat, they will not hold their rally. They will leave as well. She hums to herself. You speak this with such confidence. You know it as well as I do. She leans on her hand, glancing over at the working dwarves. I never liked diplomats. She stands up, her figure towering over you. Little Earthguard or Cleric or whatever you are, tell your friends they win. I'm done playing. She grabs you by the cuffs, pulling you closer. Ooh, being dragged around by this creature makes your innards churn. She stares into the slits of your helmet. Don't expect any assistance. She releases you from her grip with a foul expression on her face. Then she walks away down the stairs. She listened to reason, but she did not like it. Interesting. Go inform the dwarves. Oh boy, I feel like I'm getting involved. I'm getting involved in things. Get involved in things. She just up and left? The dwarves look at you in stunned silence. Alphonse smirks and bellows out, "The beast is felled, boys!" They all cheer. Stay silent. Amazing work. To just have her walk off like that. I've never seen an Earthguard dispense justice in such gilded manner. Truly a wonder to behold. The dwarves quiet down after a series of hugs and roars. They look at one another and then their leader. So, the older one speaks up, what now? Well, we, wait and see what he says. Shit. We can't stay. The dwarves grumble. We can't stay. Pack it up, boys. We're heading off. Wise move, Alphaz. Sure, he mumbles. Not much choice when we're getting screwed from every side. I'm not the type of fool to fight battles I cannot win. The dwarf turns to you and sticks a finger in your face. You're a strange lad, but I see some good in you. If you want to make some real change in Tolstad, then join us. Find us down on the crossing. Ulfaz and his band of dwarves pick up their stuff and head off. Circle Square conflict completed. You've made friends with the Asgalis on Tolstad. This might prove useful, or not. Great, I solved the conflict. Okay, I did a thing, you got. Wait, what's this? Nails, beware. Let's pick up these nails. Simple hammer, +1 constitution. Let's equip the hammer. Give me +1 constitution, that's a good thing. That's bad. I'm gonna consume this. My HP is in a rough spot. And that'll take us back up a little bit. Okay, okay, okay. Now, I saw something over here. I know I'm supposed to go talk to that lady. A tucked away bird's nest, as Connie calls, perhaps? I can't reach it from here. You see a bird's nest nestled on the edge of a protruding stone tile. Got some eggs in it, and you spot something shiny below as well. It appears unguarded. Just don't climb out there, man. You'll die, like for sure. I'd really like to climb out there and give it a shot. No! Come on, just a little thrill. Push it despite your groaning stomach. No, you will die. I fell into the river once. Why not twice? Your gut twists at the thought of tumbling down those red rocks. Stop this. You have nothing to gain. Nothing. Now that's just not true. Your job is self-preservation. This is not it. Self-preservation becomes a lot easier with coin. Gotta risk a little to gain a lot. Nothing here to gain except another death. Boring, so very boring. Yeah, let's not. Take a step back. This will let you live. Stop leaning over the edge. I think because my dexterity is so bad that I couldn't go down there. Wait, who's this guy? Braxo Pencilwing. Hello? You raise your head towards the sky. Above you sits a tiny red creature. His wings flutter faintly in the wind. The fiend throws a quick glance your way. He's annoyed. Staring at a piece of paper, he does not acknowledge your presence. What you reading? A sigh escapes the fiend's maw. He slowly puts down the paper. The paper is actually a torn out page from a magazine. I like the funny pictures. I believe the fiend is being sarcastic. I like the pictures too. Yeah, I imagine you would. He's mocking you. Wait, he says, leaning in to get a good look at you. Earthguard? A cleric? How's you doing here? That reaction? Your presence is uncommon. You could go wherever you want. Fuck off. I'm... Divine mission, the usual. Very well, I won't get in your way. I, for one, am very happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let the goblins and freestriders run amok. Oh no, the devil's a kiss-ass. We need more damn order in this place. So, if you need any legal advice, you just let me know. He gives you a tiny sharp smirk. You should be aware of the fact that this is literally a devil. You can hear out any advice, just don't listen to it blindly. Are you a barrister? A tiny barrister? No, I have no legal position within the city. I'm just fairly knowledgeable in the Magister's code. So he works with city law? Ask him for details. So what type of work do you do? If you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life, he says and smirks. So, what do you do? Me? I do scribing most days. Got some connections within the palace, and believe me, phew, that's gotten me through some tough times. See, whenever some rich asshole needs a legal draft in a hurry, who do they send for? The guy with the wings, that's who. Oh. Always on call, huh? For sure, but I get around quick. What do you do in your spare time? Calligraphy. A true man knows the value of lettering. Oh, and I do love some reading. Gaining access to the Daronian Library changed my life. Daronian Library, the largest public library in Norvik. You spent many years in your youth inside those stony walls. Oh, that's part of my backstory. What's it like being a little red guy? You want an honest answer or the one I tell my clients? Honest. Okay, let me put it like this. It's fucking sucks. Donkey shit. Do you know what it takes to get a promotion these days? No. We're talking decades of servitude to some sadistic fuck that wants to return to Gregorian's greatness or some shit like that. And then after risking your life and humiliating yourself, there's a chance this fucking guy will put in the effort of promoting you. And if you're unlucky, you'll turn into a freaking bug. Or worse, something without wings. Tell me about these promotions. Sorry, forgot not everyone knows how devilkin work. Let's put it like this. Devils have a ranking system. Some are lower, some are higher. Only way to get to the higher and metamorphose into a more powerful creature is to get promoted by someone with a higher rank. But hey, could be worse, he says and cackles. Could be a demon. What are you voting for? What are you voting in the upcoming election? What am I voting for? Same as you, the little devil says with a laugh. The good guys. And that means the city. Duh. The elites are quite literally feeding my trove at this point. You'd think I'd vote for someone to topple them? Voting in his self-interest, as anyone reasonable would do. So you're being selfish in your voting? Yeah, who wouldn't be? You think those dwarves would be voting for some hippie Asgalist if they were the ones with the palaces? I don't think so, not for a second. Anyway, you wanted something else? I'm done. I've asked everything I wanted to. He throws up his little arms in the air. It's over? By the gods. So dramatic. Love the little guy. Let's see. Can you give me free legal advice? Oh, yes. I'll gladly assist a member of the Earth Guard any day. Just ask. Should I invest in stocks? Oh. I do not give, nor have ever given, investment advice. But, yes. He looks you up and down. I should ask, have you ever bought shares before, Cleric? Uh-oh. I don't think so. Okay, some basics then. Popularized by the Divine Era, human adventurer companies, a share is essentially a percentage of ownership of a certain value. The Divine Era, the third out of 5 eras, when the first gods were born out of mortal folk, and power began to entirely fall into their wonderful and fragile hands. Could be a guild, could be a company, or a specific adventure. Something that is supposed to grow over time, so you can increase the value of your securities in that venture. It's a risky way to increase your capital without actually doing any real work. Gods, this devil is good. Learn from him. Why is it risky? Sounds like free money. Good question. Imagine you invest in an adventuring party. Then they head into the Verdun Hills to dive into some Gate Era tomb or an esoteric area filled with talking cats. Gate Era, the first of the 5 eras. When Jor crafted his realm and the gods fought to bring order, that was the Gate War. Gate War, the legendary conflict between the beasts of Jor, the original gods, and the many others who tried to take over Jor towards the end of the Gate Era. We have little information about this conflict, but it is known it led to the closing of the gates and began the Fade Era. Beasts of Jor, a term for the sentient folk who aligned with Jor during the Gate Era, also known as the Antispalian folk. Most are gone today. Antispalian, old Dimenorian term, meaning before the closing of the gates, used to refer to those who lived before the end of the Gate Era, exactly 2027 years ago. Dimenorian, the common language of a man spread across the coast during the Arcane Era, to become the lingua dominions in trade and politics. Arcane Era, the 4th out of 5 eras, when the Arcanists rose and dominated the entire coast, only to fall when the Coast War crumbled their empires to dust. The Coast War, the Great War, a conflict between the Arcanists of Reeds, as well as every other nation connected with them across the coast. A horrible waste of human lives, which claimed millions of lives. There was no honor in this fighting, that you know. Coast War, a near century-spanning conflict between every great nation of the Arcane Era. Scholars estimate it claimed more than half of the entire human population. It is said to have begun in 398 AE by the inciting spark of the assassination of Priestess Ilona, and it generally agreed to have concluded with the fall of Thazin in 481 AE, 57 years ago. Something weird and dangerous, but with potential for a lot of cool treasure to be found and brought back. There's a major chance that those adventurers die out there on their journey. If they do, you lose all the money you invested. They could make it back, in which case you get a percentage of the treasure based on your share. But how often do adventurers come back with a bunch of treasures these days? So, should I buy stocks? Look, there are rules in place. Norvik has laws governing what one can and cannot suggest when it comes to financial agency. Your god made those laws protect people of lower than average intelligence from being tricked by those with ill intent. Where can I buy stocks? You can buy shares directly from a venture trader. Basically, someone can give you a piece of paper and that says I owe you with some legal information on it. Or you can go to a trade hub. I don't think the Tolstad exchange is open until after the election, though. Have you ever bought stocks? Sure, I spend about 40% of my income in risky ventures. Sometimes I even get paid in securities, which is nice since I won't have to pay any middlemen. Could people buy stocks in me? The little red devil stares at you. If you were to set yourself up as a venture, then maybe. I mean, if you could convince someone to invest in you, without breaking any laws regarding investment advice, I'd be impressed. So why not? What about currency trading? That's something I've heard about too. Oh, that's just the art of switching between various currencies. Say you've got a pouch full of old embers, that is, the old draconic coins. They're made of gold, so even though there are no governments these days who support it, you can always just sell them for the gold value. Great, that's the most basic form of it. But then it comes to city-backed currencies, it gets more complicated. If you get 10 brim marks, and let's say you want to convert them into Redsian tens, how many do you get? Tens, the currency of the Free Strider Revolution. While free cities have multiple currencies, the magical paper money of reeds is quickly growing into the most valuable across the coast. I don't know. Me neither. The value of each currency fluctuates day to day, as does the exchange rate to each other currency. Not to mention the location as well. Tens are powerful because of the far reach of the Free Strider trading charters. Brimmarks are near useless in Norvik, so the exchange rate, while still nothing, is quite low. That makes Blood City corporations way less interested in investing here, which then perpetrates the weak value of their currency. Sigs of old Diminor are used in some places, sure, but bring them out in Norvik and any shopkeeper will laugh at you, holding out those shiny little crystal discs. Old Diminor, a term for Diminor, often used to refer to the band before it was renamed Reeds during the end of the Coast War capitulation. Agreements. Some say it with sarcasm, some say it with pride, some say it with fear. Old Diminor, today it's called Reeds. They changed the name because, well, the entire band was pretty fucked up after the Coast War. While the penning is accepted, automatically, almost as if it's slightly less valuable crown, penning, the currency of the Viska, kingdoms as well as several dwarven fiefdoms on the Undercoast. It is a commonly accepted coinage in Norvik. Viska, a collection of loose dwarven cities in the northwestern Eskani, also known as the Viska kingdoms. Then the Sol is, on the other hand, extremely valuable, just because of the Golden Horde's influence. Sol, the currency of the Golden Horde, a faintly self-glowing square coinage, a mixture of amber and gold. And then Ilium Janpala, those weird little ice cubes. Well, I'm guessing you've never seen one and never will. Take one to an exchange station and they will quite literally think you're messing with them. But yeah, that's some info for you. Nice rant about coinage. He nods and grins. Economy, messy and fun. That's all I have to ask you about stocks. What about alignment? Ah, yes, the overrules of morality. Norvik does not moralize over our alignment officially. Alignment. Everyone's got one. Some spells can detect it, but don't read too much into it. Alignment is just an internal thing and doesn't really have too much real-world application. Nor do most of the city-states across the coast. Why don't we lock up all the evil folk? And you, being a devil, are, yes? You're evil? Oh, yes, indeed. It is pretty easy to spot. He flaps his wings. It can be pretty discriminatory at times. People assume I have their worst interest in mind just because I'm ontologically evil. People can be so short-minded. You see a grin spread upon his maw. He is about to correct you. Small-minded. Yeah, that. Look, evil is not some objective thing. It's entirely internal and aligned with Jor's subjective opinion. There are good people who ruin the world and evil folk who do their best to maintain it. That's the deal. What does the law have to say on resurrections? That's one hell of a question. He smirks for a while. The imp's enjoying his pun before moving on. What a sociopath. Higher tier resurrections aren't illegal. They're just not available anymore. Resurrections, the act of returning a dead person back to life. There are many spells that do this, from a weak Revivify to the legendary True Resurrection. Revivify, a 3rd level necromancy spell. If you use within 60 seconds of death and the body isn't too ruined, the target is brought back to life. Higher tier resurrections aren't illegal, they're just not available anymore. Well, let's see. Are you legally considered alive after resurrection? Yes, for all intents and purposes, you are alive. Undeath, on the other hand, would be a very different affliction. And how is it different? As long as the necromancy is considered of a divine origin and the soul is returned to a healthy body, then it's considered a normal resurrection. If the origin is more black magic shit, as they say, or some kind of corpse animation, then it would be considered as bodily sacrilege. And that's a top tier criminal offense. How top is it? Oh, it's up there. What about low level resurrections? There's Revivify, that's it. High-ranking officials love having clerics around for this one spell. Bunch of pussies. Not available? Figured, a cleric would know better than me, but, he says and shrugs, sass. Spells over 4th or 5th are rarely seen these days. If you want to know why, go pray. Your god grants you magic. In his wisdom, he only grants higher power when needed. In your lifetime, it has not been needed a lot. After Earth died, it's been a bit hard for even the top-ranking clerics to manage higher tier magic. At least if you believe the rumors at the towers, which you should. Does a murder still count if the victim is resurrected? He thinks about the question for a bit. There's been cases. Heard of a man stabbing in a bar fight, bled out just in time for a drunk cleric to arrive, cast Revivify, and the bloke lived. The stabber ended up being charged with a major transgression of personal well-being. And that's not murder per se, but I'd argue it had more to do with the fellow's barrister making it clear to the judicars there was no killing intent. So, not an accident, but not a murder, just a brawl gone too far, but that'd be a hard sell if the victim wasn't breathing. A complex scenario, something clerics often have to contend with. But in most cases, I'd say yes. So don't go around murdering folk and revivify them, cleric. What would be kind of funny, but don't. Does death absolve your crimes? Now you're asking the real questions. But no, it does not. There's been actual laws signed in old kingdoms over this shit. He leans in, looking excited. Oh, he's dancing for you. Keep it up and he'll love you to death. So classic story, all right? A real bad guy is caught murdering his neighbor. Real sick shit. He's executed after a quick trial. Justice wins again. Everyone's happy. But surprise, some holy man raises him a couple of months later. Death and rebirth. Holy man or foul necromancer. In this situation, the bad guy did technically pay for his crimes. His life was taken by the state. Just because somebody gave it back to him doesn't change that fact, right? Well, people weren't too happy with that, as you can imagine. Thus, the common legal term these days for capital punishment is DIP, death in perpetuity. Stands for death in perpetuity. Kind of funny when you think about it. One death is enough, I think. Really? Well, suppose humans would have a different outlook than a fiend like me. So to keep criminals DIP'd, most states tend to hide, lock up, or simply burn corpses and spread the ashes using non-resurrectable methods. So a properly DIP'd a dead guy, shouldn't be able to return without the use of some miraculous 9th level spell, which obviously these days isn't too likely. That is all I wanted to ask about resurrection. Let's see, what about Charm Person? Charm Person, such a fascinating spell. Of course, all spellcasters are required to be registered in Norvik. It's the same in all not completely chaotic city-states. There are certain spells that just are not allowed at all, like Fireball is a popular example. Fireball, a 3rd level evocation spell, causes fire to emerge at a given point, spreading within a 20-foot radius, filling up available space. But Charm Person is, despite its devilish mind control, legal if it is cast by a registered cleric or city-hired interrogating mage. Private entities are not allowed to learn to cast it, although, I can promise you, many still do. People don't tend to like it when I cast Charm Person on them. That's understandable. Folk tend to enjoy agency. Free will, it's pretty popular. But if you ask me, it's overrated. People don't know what's best for them. I have questions about a PPG. Permission of public gathering? Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at. He throws a look over his shoulder. He is aware of the dwarves' plight. I'm not gonna ask all this because we already sorted that out. You hear about the tea shop? Yeah, of course. Pretty hard to miss when flying past Tolstad. What's your take? It blew up. Not sure what else you want to hear. Why do you think it blew up? Honestly, haven't seen a blast zone like that since the Coast War. And then, you didn't hear this from me, but this little fellow trusts you. He is your friend. The scorch marks look like those from a fireball, but not the kind you get from trigger-happy pit fiend. We're talking high-level wizard stuff. Be careful, Cleric. Powerful forces are at work here. Thinking about it for a few more seconds makes it clear to me that it's all a big cover-up. Wouldn't be the first time a city-trained spellcaster goes a little off the hinge. Slander! The city does not train people to explode! Other than that, not to be self-incriminating or anything, but could be a fiend or an elemental. I mean, Water Lane has shipments from Kargamesh every other month. Maybe a fire elemental slipped through. Who knows? A fiend, huh? It can't be a cover-up. The city is honorable. You're talking to the author of many a city deal. Trust me, the honor is a rare trait among bureaucrats. But I'd suggest having a chat with the owner of the tea shop. Who knows what feathers were ruffled, eh? He gives you an ominous chuckle. Citizen, nod and leave. Oh, interesting. I feel like we've barely gone anywhere, and there's just so much going on. The Goblin Garden is ahead of you. You feel it. A shard. Oh, this is probably the Goblin Garden. There's goblins here. Can't talk to this one, but we can talk to that one. Something is inside this old vase. Oh, and some money. Oh, and this is probably one of those shrines. You approach the shrine. I'm done here. I don't really need to pray right now. What's this? Engage. Garden monument. Embedded in the earth, you find weather-bitten stone. In the shape of a spiral, its edges are worn down, smooth almost, and behind you lies the head of what was once a snail statue. Whatever god of symbolism this once denoted, time has ground it down. It is a monument to nothing now. There is something here, but can you understand it yet? Its purpose? Tell me your secrets. No response. This is fine, leave. Interesting. Wonder where this garden thing is. Oh, what's this? Nature seeps through the cracks. Snell. All right, engage. You find a goblin standing at the tip of Tolstad. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is fit for an Ascani nobleman, a superficial fellow. Behind him, a vast view of the mouth of River Torna. Let me guess, you're a cleric. Taking you for granted, this goblin needs to learn humility. Yes, I'm a cleric, that's me. He nods, looking tired and annoyed. The path of being cleric is becoming even more familiar. Gain 15 experience for choosing this class 3 times. I'm Snell, runner and handler of the HWBT. Old lady's been waiting for you. This old lady must be his chieftain, the matriarch of his tribe. Greet the goblin kindly. This is the beginning of a great cultural cooperation and exchange. Nice to meet you, Snell. Perform a traditional goblin salute. You raise your arms up into the air, as one should when greeting an uncivilized tribal goblin. What the fuck are you doing? Cleric, what are you doing? It's so stupid. Lower your hands. I'm sorry. The goblin clears his throat. The goblin looks around, clearly struggling to find the right words. Exasperated, more like. Okay, right. Head down to the garden throne, but, he waves his claw towards you. What's all this? You look like a human shit. You've been floating around the banks of the river. Your uniform shows it. He is making a playful jab. Don't worry about it. The Gaul! You should teach him a lesson. Whatever do you mean? What I mean? You're covered in grime. I don't want to be dirty. Great, you can wash up once we're done here. Just dust yourself off. The dragon's waiting, and trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. Tell me more about this lady. Sure, for starters, she's the most powerful woman in Norvik. And considering there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory, I think it's about time you do your damn job, Cleric. Okay, lead me to her. Good. But just to make perfectly clear, some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid. Don't climb the trees. Stay away from the edges. And, he grinned, showing off his polished fangs. Enjoy the garden, Cleric. The goblin scurries down the stairs. He seems to be in a hurry. He is nervous. That makes you nervous. Your body trembles. Tell her what she wants to hear, and you'll be fine. You look out over the river. The cold Eskani wind seeps through the cracks of your helmet. Earth be blessed. He is always with you. Follow him down the stairs. Okay. The sacred river fights against the rocks. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to... Oh, there's lots of people in here. The Goblin Gardens. Oh. I mean, there's things up here I can look at. They said don't climb the trees. What's this? Tending to the garden. Be back after lunch. And ask of ingredients. You can surely take some. Hopefully that doesn't count as stealing. It's hard to say. Okay, I can't talk to anybody here. Don't climb the trees. I'm gonna not climb the trees. Your stomach twists. Beware her illusion. What? Oh, is that her? Oh, this is him. Engage. The dragon herself. You approach him below a sprawling tree. The well-dressed goblin stands proud beside his master. Go ahead, Cleric. With a proud smirk, he motions towards the wooden throne. Much of his personhood hinges upon the throne and its owner. You should stand before the throne. Address her court. Okay, then. Lady Sageleaf. Engage. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this giant tree, its roots reaching far below, its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above. On the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. Her eyes follow you with an intensity, reminds you of a certain pale man. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is horrific. Cleric of Norvik, of Urith and River. Her shrill voice echoes out through the chamber. She's talking to you. You're the cleric. Great observation. I was assured by your masters, the top brass of the palace itself. Her words are tainted in disdain. Her voice causes you to shiver. They told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human. You should run. No, wait, you can't, but you should. Dominion, she has control here. Why am I sitting here waiting? Tread lightly. You need her on your side. Make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours. My apologies, lady. Her frown turns into a weary expression. Whatever. She does not feel like mauling you now. You're dancing on a fine line. Hers is a frightful presence. You can't take this much longer. You need to get out of here. Do not become frightened. Oh, a 20! Let's go! You brace your entire being as you meet her glare. With trembling innards, you resist. She lifts her chin. You stand. Good. She's not impressed, just happy you did not completely lose your mind. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. It is vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, Cleric? A local business caught up in an inferno in the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road. She roars, and you stand your ground. And yet, Magistrate Darrow, she spits out the name like it's a curse word. He alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time. Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in. Why does Darrow say that? And where exactly is the t-shirt? Okay, why does Darrow say that? Because he is a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. Sick burn. Horrific slander. Where is your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have an official recognition of law on Lower Tolstad. And where exactly is the tea shop located? She glares at you. It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the holes next to the pillar. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin to her right. That means it's part of the core foundation of this island's fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head. Lady, my people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly, when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises, to deal with it, to clean up even. No, suddenly it is the city's business, and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. Sounds shady. Her sharp glare stabs you. Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Smell, she says and beckons toward the comely goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf? Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone in to actually investigate the scene. How can know that? You should trust the magistrate. You want to check it out yourselves? Of course. The lady glances at him, to which he responds by making a nervous face. He's embarrassed. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Thank the gods. The gods? She says, her voice almost purring. I wonder. Who were the injured? We only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser burns. That's the sort of prefix used by Earthfolk, a human most likely. Ha! That ain't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of them dungeoneers, you hear? A real adventuring man, end quote. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading right down the stairs to Water Lane. Dungeon or Water Lane? Both sound like trouble. Frank, son of Frank? Yeah. That's a fake name. Uh-huh. A dungeoneer? If you believe it, that comment was from one of the militia members. Could be smart to check the city below, just in case, despite the dangers. Down to the Water Lane? Yeah, seems like he was heading in that direction, though down could mean a number of things, Water Lane included. Fancy yellow outfit? I'm assuming some type of Reedsian fashion. You can tell on his voice that he's leaving out a but who fucking knows at the end. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, he says, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know. He is annoyed to have to answer that question. Where is he now? We don't know. They have not located the man despite major efforts. Sounds like you were, you just let him leave? I wasn't there, Cleric, but yes, the militia did let him leave, since they were busy dealing with the fire. Although one of the militia members mentioned him just calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing or somewhere else, we don't know. Anything else you do know? Smell gives a nervous look at his master. Before answering you, we have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, Cleric. Secrets in the ashes. Corruption, madness, she claws at her wooden throne. Politics. Bureaucracy wears her down. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster, someone who cannot go unpunished. Let's see here. Can't he deal with it? I will bring justice to Norvik. I certainly hope so. The lady clears her throat loudly. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge Tribe and the Earthguard City Clerics shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, foul or fair, shall escape my rage. The words seep out from her maw, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She is theirs to serve. The dragon has spoken. Nods solemnly. She looks upon you with a grim expression. Smell, she says, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la, complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric. Together, you will have access to both Upper and Lower Tolstad. You're going to have a pretty boy around? Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this. Do not disappoint me, Smell. A new member to the party. He ignores you. The goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, your will be done. The evil forces at work will be vanquished. The mystery of the tea shop will be uncovered. Damn, Colin. The mystery of the tea shop will be uncovered. The sooner, the better. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you the quick wave. Let's go, Cleric. Smell has joined as a companion. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way across Tolstad. The lady is keeping information from you. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. And we should also go look for that witness. How do I gain? Yeah, we should look for the witness. Yeah, our Frank, dressed in yellow. He winces. Gods, that's funny. Either over on Water Lane or down in the city below. Yeah, the port of the dungeon. I'd suggest the port since it is slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. How do I gain access to the tea shop? Talk to your boss, Darrow. Or, I guess he's not your direct boss or whatever, but you'll need to get an audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. Right, and where's the tea shop again? The goblin sighs. You know the massive pillar reaching endlessly up into the sky? Yeah, just west of that. What? Oh, the pillar. Cool, got it. Great, you're ready to go then. Let's go! Leave with Smell. Snell. I keep calling him Smell. Snell. Yeah, let's go. Neat. I don't really know if there's ever, I don't really know where a good stopping place for this game would be, obviously. Like, I just have no idea. So I think this is where we're gonna stop because we just got a new party member. We just got a big step in our quest of what we're doing. So I'm gonna get the game saved and closed down, and then I'll meet you right back here for some final thoughts. So this game is kind of not, well, you know what's crazy? This game is exactly how it was explained to me, and yet for some reason it is not anything at all what I expected. Does that make any sense at all? I think what I didn't expect was that this game was going to be so, I mean, it's basically like a visual novel. Like it's all kind of reading and going through these things, and you're making choices, and the choices you make are affecting the story and affecting your character and all of those things. So it's kind of like a visual choose your own adventure novel. I do think the dialogue is really well written. I also think it's really cool how all of your different like kind of emotions or like personas in your head are like chiming in the whole time. It's kind of like the concept of having like a devil and angel on your shoulder, but it's like all your different, like all the different parts of your personality have different things to say about every situation. And I find that really interesting. It's almost got this like Inside Out vibe to it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be honest with you. I actually stopped playing kind of mid-game, like mid through this playthrough that you're seeing. And I was like, not sure if I should continue because I have no idea if this is a type of game that you guys will enjoy watching at all. So I almost like stopped completely and was like, oh no, I'm just not gonna post this. I don't know that anybody will care about this or want to watch this because it's just all me reading this story to you. But then I decided, you know what, I'm like already kind of into it. Let me like keep playing, get to a good stopping point, and then, you know, put it to you and just say like, what do you think of this game? Do you like it? Do you want to see more of it? Are you interested in the story? Are you interested in this type of gameplay? Like it's so different than anything else I've played. So I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are on it. I will say for me personally as a player, I think it's a really cool game. I mean, I love choose your own adventure stuff. I love visual novels. I like the quirky humor of it, and I like the concept of it. I also think Disco Elysium is like a really, really cool and unique game. And this is very much like that game, but with a much brighter, more colorful, cozier vibe. Even though I don't think I would classify the game as cozy at this point, now that I've played some of it, it is a much like brighter, happier version of Disco Elysium, and also like more fantasy. Disco Elysium isn't as like old school classic fantasy. This has more of that like old school classic fantasy vibe. It's very much the type of game that I enjoy playing. I just don't know if it's the type of game that you guys will enjoy watching me play, if that makes sense. So please let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the game and this playthrough, and if you want to see more, or just let me know. This video is not sponsored by Esoteric Ebb, but I will put a link to the game on Steam if you're interested in checking it out for yourself. Also, if you enjoy my content, whether it's this video or any of my others, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I'd love to see you back here in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your week, and as always, happy playing.
Oh hey, you're still here! Still thinking about these shelves, huh? These games, this table? Well, don't worry, friend. Head to allplay.com. They've got all of your gaming, shelving, tabling needs. Go on over there and get some games of your own. Stop ogling mine. It's getting weird.